Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Speaker Series Spotlight. We are your hosts, Brad the Brick Crihfield from the Sweatshop Gym.
I'm Eddie Booth from the Arts and Enrichment Academy.
And you will notice on the other side of the table, we have Ruben. Ruben, how does it feel to be sitting on that side of the table?
It feels a little weird, actually.
Does it?
Yeah, I'm getting used to it.
You feel like too far away from me?
Yeah.
Like you're just not as close?
Yeah.
Well, if you reach your foot over, we can just touch toes every once in a while.
Okay.
If that helps.
Actually, no, this
Stay on track here. All right. So, Ruben, today we're going to be talking to you about what it is that you do. So, why don't you reintroduce yourself to our audience, even though they already know you, and tell us what it is that you do when you're not sitting here playing footsies with me.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, no, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. And, being that I usually am on the other side, it really is an opportunity to be here, and
Yes.
talk about what our members do. So, but like you said, yeah, sure. I'd love to talk to you about what I do, and obviously you guys know I work with Mike Segura,
Right.
who's over at Mike Segura Farmers Insurance District.
Heck of a
22.
guy.
Yeah, heck
Great
of a guy.
Heck of a guy.
Heck of a guy. I actually would have liked to have him come here with us, but he's kind of camera shy.
Too much of an animal.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. But yeah, no, to put it simply, as far as what we do at Farmers Insurance District 22, I like to say we do two things. And one thing is we develop and train our agency force, which consists of about 40 agents in the insurance business within Farmers. And the second thing we do is we, recruit talent. So whether it be, recruiting agency staff or recruiting actual people who want to be in the business, that's what I do.
So you don't actually sell insurance; you recruit insurance agents.
Recruit insurance agents, train them to be better. Obviously, well, not obviously. I assume people would know, but Farmers Insurance is a multi-line insurance agency. So we sell literally every kind of insurance that our agents can sell literally any kind of insurance that you would need. But the major ones are auto and fire. Fire is home. That's just another word for.
Not if you get
home.
fired, but
Yeah.
if your house burns down.
Yeah, if your house burns down. And you name it: life, commercial, business, pet insurance.
What's pet insurance?
Pet insurance. You don't have pets?
No, I've never. I had a goldfish once. I should have opened up a policy because he didn't make it very long.
So,
Or is that life insurance? I don't know.
So I have 2 dogs, and stuff happens all the time. So the last thing you want is to have to shell out money. Give you a good example.
medical
Give me an example. What does that entail, please?
My dog, both my dogs, they ate raw onions out of the pantry.
You shouldn't feed him that.
That's like poisonous to them. So you bring them to the hospital. You don't have an insurance plan or some sort of pet insurance. We spent like $800 each.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, but it happens.
That's why I don't have pets, man.
Yeah.
That's why I can't do it.
So you got 2 pet. My family have 2 pets, 2 dogs, and 2 kids. So it's like we have 4 kids.
Yeah.
So obviously, the most important thing you guys sell is pet insurance.
Yeah, absolutely. It's important. Yeah, if it's important to you, it's important. Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Sure.
But yeah, no, it's
What's the insurance you sell the least of? Or your district does? Like, is there like a really odd insurance that like only like 1 out of 100 like they come in and you're
there's
like
insurance for everything.
Yeah.
It really is.
Has anybody ever like insured their like piano players will like insure their hands? Does anybody come up to you like with like gloves on like, can you give me a policy on these bad boys or no? Like,
Yeah, they call that surplus lines in insurance talk.
oh,
that's kind of like
that's real.
oh, it's real. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like when J-Lo insured her butt.
Yeah.
That's
If
real.
you,
That's a real thing. You
now,
can
now
literally
if
get
you-
insurance
if you
for
could
anything,
insure one thing on you, what would it be?
I don't know. That'd be
Keep it PG.
Golly.
Keep it PG.
golly. Well, I don't know, man. There's a lot of
Well,
a lot of valuable things here.
I want you to think about that.
So,
Well, probably your legs or your feet because you're going to be running soon too.
Yeah.
Which is an amazing segue.
It is an amazing
because
segue.
you're going to be running in the Long Beach Marathon soon.
I'm gonna be running in the Long Beach Marathon. Yeah.
And we got events coming up. Let's plug that.
Wow, you really know how to do this,
Man, I learned from a guy who used to sit right here.
Yeah. So, October 7th, our district is actually hosting an event where we celebrate entrepreneurship, and essentially what that means is, if you tie that into, I firmly believe that anything that you or anybody or whatever or me, anything that you want to accomplish, it takes long hard work and dedication.
Yes.
Right. So if you never run a marathon, that's what you need to. I mean, that's what you need to do to get through it. So I've been training. I've done them before in the past, but I feel like I'm in a second life right now because I have had 2 kids over the past 3 years.
So you're just a little more beaten down and.
Yeah, it's just different.
Yeah,
Life changes when you
little
have
fatigue,
kids,
yeah.
right?
It's a little fatigue. Takes a little bit more to get out of bed in the morning.
So since I'm from Boston and I haven't run a marathon in a while, I figured, hey, you know what? It'd be cool to run October and run the Long Beach Marathon. So my thought when having this October 7th event for the district, it's really just it's just a way to essentially say, hey, you know what? Because as a business consultant, that's what I do in the district. It's easy to say, hey, Eddie, you need to do this, 100 times, and you're gonna get really good at it. Or I could say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna do this with you too, with you, and then I'll show you that that I put in the work too. I'm dedicated to to building something too. I mean, when you're in business and you understand that hard work and dedication is something that is involved, it's really hard to do that on your own. And so when I put this event together, it was just a way to say, hey, you know what? You got to put in the hard work in anything, especially when you're in business. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to just, recognize some of our agents and bring some people in as a recruiting tactic.
Well, I think it really exemplifies your leadership, and you're taking something that you're doing, that you're passionate about, that you're excited about, and you're exposing other people to something that's very positive and saying, come along with me, and there's something for everybody. And I think that's what productive, inspirational people do, is they take something that could just be like a me thing, and then they open up the doors and say, how can this benefit other people? And that's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that you see that and recognize that, because I think, we all live in the world of social media.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I got this idea.
MySpace.
I got this idea because, I don't know if you're anything... Just like what you said, like all those things are great and everyone likes them, but everyone posts all that stuff, right?
Right.
But what's curious to me that I'm always wondering is it's easy to post it, but it's hard to do it.
Right.
It's harder to just say, hey, you know what? You can do this. Look at me. I'm doing it. If I could do it, you can do it. And the way that I think that's the same approach that I bring to business. It's like, hey, you don't have to be a rocket science to be in business. Mm-hmm. You just have to have some sort of value that you can provide, and then, follow some sort of structure, some sort of system that maybe someone else put together, AKA Farmers Insurance. Yeah. And you put the work in, and you never know what you can build.
And you were talking about it earlier. It's a people business.
Oh yeah.
It's not rocket science. It's you find something where there's a formula that works, and as long as you know how to work with people, and you do that well. You're going to be successful. But it's people. It's making a connection. And that's really what it is. It's not selling a product. It's nice when you could sell a product that benefits somebody, that might save their ass one day.
Yeah.
But it's that connection that you're making with somebody where they trust you and you're able to offer some type of value.
Absolutely. Let me give you, I'm going to put this on air because I think it's a question that people always discuss. And it's something that I actually encountered not too long ago. Everyone talks about how, because Farmers Insurance, we sell insurance, but we're also in financial services, right? So a lot of people talk about how, insurance agents or people in finance are going to be obsolete because it's going to be handled by robots. But when you really think about it, and it takes someone who's in the business to understand this. But when you really think about it, when you're in the business and you're meeting people and you're connecting with people and you're offering them service and education, you really have to connect with that person first before they're even going to listen to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So saying that a robot is going to be able to answer or automate tasks like financial planning or taking care of your livelihood just in case some crazy event was going to happen is really, I don't know. I just don't see it happening. So the importance of a relationship, so that's kind of what you were alluding to. It's there's always going to be people who want someone else to count on, someone else they can count on,
Right.
someone else they can trust, someone else that can become an advisor. You're a perfect example. You get people healthy.
Right.
Right?
And like you were saying, it's anybody can go online and find a workout regimen or a diet plan online.
Right.
But going to a trainer who you trust and saying
right.
like, hey, what is that I should be doing, and you give them your expertise, eye to eye, they're much more likely to follow that advice.
Sure.
And even the best advice, if you're not going to follow it, it's worthless, right?
Look, you can trust a service, you can trust a program, but you can't build a relationship with a program and a service. You can build a relationship with a person, with a trainer, with somebody who's an advocate or a mentor for you. So someone like yourself.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so, I mean, we have that event coming up for the marathon, and we also have our very own speaker series coming up. You want to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are a lot of reasons. So right now I'm I'm a business consultant for Farmers Insurance District 22, Michael Segura, and that means I'm in business development. So I spent the last 10 years in business for myself before I actually started doing this. And I just, what I do now, I mean, I feel like it's very synonymous with life. You know what I mean? Like my contribution is what I do. You know what I mean? And a lot of people may not understand that because, I don't know, maybe just they hate what they do, right? But there's a lot of reasons as to why I feel certain ways about business and things like that. And on the 19th, the speaker series live event, we're gonna be. I paid someone off, so I guess, and that's why I'm being brought in to speak.
Yeah,
that day.
that's going to be a good event too, and that's going to be at the Lakewood Country Club.
It's going to be at the Lakewood Country Club. That day is the 19th of September.
And last time we had an event there, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of video of a lot of good times happening, and everybody had a blast. So
everyone had a blast.
That's what I love about our events. It's you're going to be speaking, you're going to be giving your experience, you're going to be giving basically your insight into the world of what you do. So everyone's going to get value when they go to the event.
I'm hoping,
but it's also a great time.
Yeah,
and not only that, but the networking is off the charts.
It's crazy.
Because you're talking to everybody in the city. You're talking to everybody from different types of businesses. There's vendors there, and they have tables, and you get to work with people. It's just a great event all around. That's why I'm really excited. Because I mean, you totally deserve the stage that night. And because I mean, you do so much for the speaker series. You do so much for the city.
That.
And it's nice to just see you in the spotlight. And let's hear more about what Ruben does.
Hey, no, I really appreciate it. I think it's going to be a great opportunity just to learn a little bit more. And
absolutely.
Sure.
Ruben, in closing, I don't want to got too much more time, but I wanted to ask you one question. You asked me, touching on something you just said, but one time we were sitting having lunch one day, and I remember you asked me a question, and I'm going to ask you the same question.
Sure.
Why do you do what you do?
Why do I do?
Why do you do what you do? Remember you asked me that about why do I play music and why do I do what I do? Why do you do what you do?
Well, as far as I'm assuming that you're alluding to like my role, my title, right now, right?
Correct.
I think it's statistics show that 70% of people don't like what they do, right? And I was one of those people. I mean, I really was. I just didn't really enjoy getting up, going to work, and doing what I was doing. And then it just took a long time for me to kind of figure it out for myself. But I think when I say a long time, it took like 15 years for me to figure that out.
Wow.
Or maybe 10, I don't know, whatever it was. It was a process, right? But I think what I do because I think people don't need to learn the way that I learn. People don't need to go through certain things that are trying or tumultuous to learn what people, to learn that, hey, there's better ways. There's better ways to spend your time. Like, life is short.
You're out there to help people obtain knowledge in a faster, more efficient, easier way.
Yeah, because I think
I love it.
So the thing I'll talk more about on the 19th is I feel like I have essentially embraced three slogans or three overused phrases that I think is just kind of like what I'll talk about on the 19th. Life is short, anything's possible. You just got to make every day a great day.
I love it.
So Yeah, so that's why I do what I do.
Sounds good, man.
All right, cool.
Thank you for that.
Well, Ruben, it's been really fun playing footsies with you from across the table today. Again, thank you so much for sitting on that side of the table today. I'm sure we're gonna have a great event on the 19th.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. No, this has been awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, guys, that's our weekly speaker series spotlight. We are your hosts, Brad the Brick Crihfield,
Eddie Booze.
and have a good one.